Hola, bienvenidos a LightSpeed Spanish. Today I'm going to share with you a little tip on how you know to choose between the preterite and the imperfect. That's the I ate and I was eating. I spoke and I was speaking. How do you know when to use each one? Hablamos de todo en la segunda parte. What I'm not going to get into in this video is to talk about how you conjugate the preterite and the imperfect. You can look at that. It's easy enough to Google it and find out how to do that. What I wanted to share with you is the idea of how do you know when you have to say comí and when you have to say comía. How do you know? What's the difference? So comí is the preterite, and that's I ate. Comía, I was eating. Now, that helps us a little bit, but it doesn't help us completely knowing I ate and I was eating. So, I'm going to say, yo comí en un restaurante. I ate in a restaurant. Okay? Now, that's preterite. In Spanish, what happens with the preterite is that it's used for one-off events. Yo comí en un restaurante. Full stop. Typically with the preterite, what's going to happen is that you're just going to give this bit of information. So, where did you eat yesterday? Oh, yo comí en un restaurante. Full stop. Then, you can say, comía en un restaurante. Right, but what's the difference? That's, I was eating in a restaurant. Comía. When would you use that? You would use that typically, and what happens when you use it is that your listener wants more information. It's like a springboard for more information. Yo comía en un restaurante ayer y me pusieron un plato de gambas divinas. Okay? So, what happens with the imperfect is that we use it to say there's more information here. I'm going to give you more information. Whereas with the preterite, generally it's kind of like this statement with a full stop at the end. I'll give you another example. I can say, yo estuve allí. Okay? Yo estuve allí. Full stop. I was there. No more information. That's it. Just the facts. In fact, it's a bit like that, the preterite. It's like the policeman when they say, just the facts. Just the facts. Yeah. So, yo estuve allí. Full stop. Full stop. But if I say, yo estaba allí, it's like 3 dots after that. I haven't finished the sentence. So I was being there, literally. I was being there when yo estaba allí y sabe lo que pasó. And it's like, it's always with the imperfect. Not always, I've got to say. Right? There's never an always in any language. This is art, not science. It's Bachelor of Arts when you get your degree in Spanish, not Bachelor of Science. But that's pretty much a great benchmark. When you're putting an imperfect verb into your sentence, it's like, and there's going to be more information. When you use a preterite, of course there could be more information, but there doesn't have to be. Yo estuve allí ayer, that's just a bit of information. I was there. Yeah? Yo estaba allí. I'm going to give you something else. It's going to be juicy. And of course, the other limitation to the preterite is that you can only do one thing at a time, right? And as soon as you say it, it's done. So, yo estuve allí ayer. In your story, you're not there anymore. In your story, okay? But when you say, yo estaba allí, you're still in that point in the story. You're still there, right? Because the imperfect is used to develop a story. It's a description. So I was there and this happened. And that's the limitation with the preterite is that as soon as you say it, you can't then add to that moment. The moment's over. Yo comí en un restaurante. That's it. The story's over. Yo comía en un restaurante. You're still in the restaurant. You're there and you're telling people this is what was happening. So that's the difference between the two. So now, a lo mejor, sabes diferenciar entre estuve allí y estaba allí. O comí allí o comía allí. Imperfecto, más información viene. Pretérito, solo los hechos. Eso es todo. Muchas gracias. Hasta luego, chicos.